would you like to see a major shakeup in the Formula One pecking order this season? There is a potential that new teams are going to join the sport and shake things up. Are these teams a challenge for the Red Bull's dominance? Let's see. Red Bull has come out of the gates in 2024 like a raging bull, dominating the first two races in a way we haven't seen in years. Their rivals Mercedes, Ferrari, McLaren, and Aston Martin are already playing catch-up. The big question is, can any of them actually close the massive gap to Red Bull over the remainder of this season? The smart money seems to be on Ferrari, which will be Red Bull's biggest threat in 2024. The SF24 car has shown flashes of serious pace, particularly in qualifying trim. Ferrari believes they have a great foundation to build upon with this year's package. Their team principal, Vasseur, is convinced the gap to Red Bull has already been halved compared to 2023, even before the major upgrades coming at Imola. Vasseur drops this compelling quote: "If you compare with 1 year ago, we were 1.1 seconds behind Red Bull, and now it's 4, 5, or 6 tenths. We've halved the gap." He's adamant that Ferrari is bringing performance upgrades from every area of the car, not just one bullet upgrade. It's all about refinement and incremental gains across the board. So, while they may not have a magic bullet to totally close the gap to Red Bull's awesome RB20 car, the feeling is that Ferrari can definitely reel them in throughout 2024 if they just keep chipping away. Of course, Red Bull will be upgrading too, so it's a constantly moving target. But there's a real belief at Ferrari that with their resources and Leclerc's talent, they can make this a proper championship fight. Now let's talk about the other teams like Mercedes, McLaren, and Aston Martin, who are in the mix as potential Red Bull challengers in 2024. Starting with the once dominant Mercedes team, it's been a struggle out of the gates with the all-new W15 car concept. Andrew Shovlin admits they've been all over the place trying to compensate for one weakness and creating another in the process. The main area Mercedes will target with upgrades is high-speed corner performance. Part of the issue is that Mercedes has had to run quite low downforce rear wing levels to sustain their lacking straight-line speed. It's been about maximizing top-end pace at the expense of high-speed cornering. But as Shovlin says, we'd ideally like to keep that straight-line speed and work out a way to try and improve the high-speed corners by means other than just piling on downforce and paying the price for it on the straights. So you can see Mercedes has its work cut out finding an aero package that delivers total optimized performance in all areas of the track. They believe step-by-step progress is possible though, starting at Imola, where big updates are coming. Whether those updates actually allow them to consistently challenge Red Bull though, remains to be seen. Switching over to McLaren now, and they've got their own unique set of issues to resolve. While the MCL38 has been extremely capable in high-speed corner, under honors, matched by only the Red Bull, it's been a different story on the straights and with DRS deployment. McLaren's technical director, Andrea Stella, doesn't mince words here. We're losing time in the longer corners of the track, and the other area we seem to be losing time is the sections where DRS is deployed. Our top speed was competitive away from DRS, but then compared to Red Bull, we lost time with it open. Stella confirms McLaren will bring a major upgrade around races 6 or 7 aimed at improving both straight-line speed and DRS efficiency while maintaining their high-speed corner prowess. This shows just how multifaceted and difficult it is to develop and optimize a modern F1 car's performance. Last but not least, we've got the team from Aston Martin, who always seem to have something brewing behind the scenes. Their issue stems from the positioning of the fuel tank in the AMR24 car, which causes high fuel performance to suffer due to some weight distribution and aero compromises. Fixing that will be a key objective with Aston's upgrades, among other areas no doubt. While they may not be real challengers to Red Bull just yet, that's their stated target over the next couple of seasons as they continue on an upward trajectory developmentally. In summary, Ferrari, Mercedes, McLaren, and Aston all have very specific areas they are aiming to refine and upgrade over the next few races. They all want to reel in the Red Bull juggernaut. Whether any of them actually accomplish that extremely daunting task in 2024 remains to be seen. But that's only half of the story. Reports have now emerged about a revolutionary proposal that would allow 3 brand new teams to enter Formula One under some very unique circumstances. Here's the deal. F1 and the FIA have apparently received a wild proposal. It would let 3 new teams race in F1 from 2026, with a couple of pretty huge catches. First, these new teams would be classed as non-constructors. This means they'd get none of the prize money paid out to current F1 teams and wouldn't be eligible to score any Constructors' Championship points. The idea is to prevent diluting the existing $1 billion prize pool shared between the established 10 teams. Another big requirement for the proposed 3 new F1 teams is that they must be located in regions where there are currently no F1 teams based. Specifically, these new squads would need to set up their team headquarters and operations in either the Americas, Asia, Africa, or Oceania regions. The idea behind this condition is to help grow and promote Formula One in new markets around the world. By having teams based in these underrepresented areas, it could increase interest and fandom for F1 racing in places like Mexico, Thailand, South Africa, or Australia, for example. Growing the global popularity of the sport is a key goal with this location requirement for prospective new entries. In exchange for missing out on the prize money and points, these new squads would compete in at least 8 of the 24 scheduled F1 races each season on circuits able to accommodate 26 cars on the grid. Yes, you heard that right. Up to 26 cars potentially racing at some events. We haven't seen a grid that size since way back in 1995. Oh, and it gets even more interesting. The proposal states the new teams must also compete in at least 6 more races, specifically designed to promote their regional markets and help generate revenue streams and fan interest in their home bases. For example, if one of the new squads was based in, let's say, Mexico, you could hold additional F1 races there and in other Central American locales to drive interest and engagement from that market. The vision is to give these fledgling operations the opportunity to build infrastructure, recruit top talent, and perform at an acceptable level on track over 3 seasons before potentially graduating to full constructor status. Now we know what you're thinking. This all sounds pretty wild and far-fetched. Letting new teams go racing in F1 but with no ability to earn any prize money or points seems crazy, and potentially having a 26-car grid is just mind-boggling these days. Well, the guys behind this proposal admit it's still just a very rough initial concept at this stage. Hence, this outside-the-box proposal is to get new teams on the grid, even if only in a semi-constructor capacity initially. Based on the details we've laid out, what do you think about this wild 3 new team proposal? Could something like this actually work and be a positive for the growth and expansion of Formula One? And there you have it, folks. The inside scoop on the ambitious proposal to allow 3 new teams to join Formula One as non-constructors. Let us know your thoughts on all of this in the comments below. If you enjoyed this analysis and breakdown, please remember to hit that like button. It really helps out the channel. Also hit subscribe and click that notification bell so you don't miss any of our upcoming Formula One videos. We'll see you incredible race fans again next time for more hot F1 content as we follow the twists and turns of the 2024 season. Until next time.